Hello, this video is part two of the question and answer response to discussion one. These are the questions that you've asked about me. I always like to give you the chance to ask me any question you would like, and I've done these responses individually, and also I am doing this here because I think it's good for you to all hear these answers. So a lot of the same general questions, and that's okay. You're curious and be curious. I like that. So, how long have I been teaching? I've been teaching since 2006. I started out as a part time faculty member. That's called adjunct. Um, we're generally cheaper, and there's a whole bunch of other things like benefits and stuff you have to pay for part time faculty. And I've been a full time faculty member since 2011. There's a lot of things I'm kind of just filling you in that's unnecessary, such as the title ranking. But most of your instructors are not going to be full-time faculty, no matter where you go, just because we cost a lot. Now you go to a four-year school, you might have more um, full-time faculty teaching the higher level classes, but especially at community colleges, you'll have a lot of part-time faculty or lower ranked faculty because we just cost less. I teach English courses, only English courses, because my master's degree is in English. The state requirements say that you need to have at least a master's degree or any master's degree plus 18 hours in a discipline. So, if I had like an MBA or a master's in education, I would still need 18 hours to teach um, an English class. Just that's expertise that's needed. So it's roughly six classes depending on where you go and things like that. But everybody that's teaching your courses that have at least 18 hours. Now, for our career programs like business or various things like that, phlebotomy, you don't have to have that if it's a professional technical course where we're offering an applied associates. There's some leeway because some degrees, the expertise, the experience working in that field is more important. So I can't teach. They can't move me around like they would like a substitute teacher at high school. I can't teach art or music. Even though I could teach music um, to some extent, like world music, I'd love to teach that class. But you'll find out why later. Why a professor? Well, originally I was going to be a high school teacher. I was an English nerd, and I really liked English. I discovered that late in life in my high school career. But the English program had a 50-50 kind of split for English education. So half your courses were teacher education, and half were English courses, content area. And I was like, no, there's not enough English. So there's a program where you can get your master's degree. It's a master's in the art of teaching. I was going to do that, but then I substitute taught, and this was at Miami University where I went. And so the Oxford or Talawanda kids, they were kind of jerks. I was with 13-year-olds, junior high, and I was like, I don't want to teach these people at all. So I just moved to Boston. I had a friend who said, I'm going to Boston. I'll say, cool, I'll come with you. And I went to Boston and fell into a textbook publishing job. I really liked that. Worked there for 3 years, then moved to New York City for a year. Didn't really pan out. Moved home, and I was like, well, maybe I'll go to graduate school after all. And just said, okay, well, I need to take some courses. So I went to a night class at Addison State and just fell in love with it. Just the mission, the variety of students. I went to Miami University, which is some of you from Tip City, so it's like Tip City High School just continues. I went to Tip City as well, so it's just like being there. Lots of fairly well-to-do white folks. Not that that's a problem because that's all there is really around here, but there wasn't much going on and it wasn't much different. Um, so, coming to a community college, there's this large, diverse pool of people from high school students, and I was a high school student taking college classes at Edison 20 some years ago, and to the 40 and 50-year-old people either coming to school for the first time. There's the soccer moms who are trying to get a job for the first time. There's people getting new jobs. There's the people who were told that they were just idiots and shouldn't go to college, or didn't think they needed college because they were going to work at the factory or whatever, and they realized, okay, well, I want something more. And I like that there's this big mix of people with different backgrounds that get to interact. You don't get that as much at a 4-year school. Yes, there's plenty of interesting people, but you tend to kind of just find your own kind, um, that are like you rather than being forced to interact with them. My dream, this was a great question. Um, as a kid, I wanted to be a veterinarian. That was my career goal. And in about fifth or sixth grade, we were exploring, and I still wanted to do that. But people were like, oh, it's a lot of school, or you have to, be in school for a long time. It's like, oh, I hate school because that was a cool thing to do, is hate school. But I really like it. I like learning. I've always liked science, and so I should have done it. And I have a friend that I graduated high school with that she went back and got her veterinarian degree and became a veterinarian when she was in her 30s. So I was like, I could probably still do that, but I'm happy with where I am. Um, I also like science, and I like working on my house and building things. I'm really interested in that, but I've never pursued it beyond just the hobby. So I probably could have done it. But my point I want to make, of course, is that we change, we grow. Our interests that we have when we're young, they do grow into other things, but we often put things away because we think, well, it's not worth my time. But no, follow those passions, stick with them, because there's a lot of boring adults who just go to work and they come home and they watch TV. Don't be boring, do stuff. Right? We suffer from imposter syndrome where we think that we're going to get called out for being a fraud, or we stop doing things because we're not good at them. Don't stop doing them. If you enjoy it, screw everyone else. Do it. I mean, unless it's like something that other people's lives depend on. Like, I'm a horrible surgeon, but I love cutting people open. Don't do that. Right? Find a new job. Um, you know, be a funeral home director. Then you can cut people open. They're already dead. You're not going to kill them, right? So be realistic. But yeah, just like this, my dream. I'd love to have a coffee shop, slash bookstore. But it's a dream. I don't want to achieve it. I don't want to get up at 5 a.m., manage employees, deal with all their crap. Deal with customers, all that stuff. I just like the idea of just like hanging out and drinking coffee and talking to people. Like, well, I'll wait till I retire to do that. Uh, Family life, kids and pets. I have 3 kids. They go to Newton schools. I know 2 of you at least live in that area, which is cool. We can all like hang out and stuff. Maybe, probably not. But if you want to, right? Any of you need to meet with me. Let me know. We won't hang out, but you can meet with me and we'll talk about school stuff. But my kids are 12, 10, and 6. They're all in school. It's nice. I do have a flexible schedule. My wife is a principal, so she does not have a flexible schedule. I get the kids after school. I hang out with them, make sure they do their homework, and entertain them and cook for them and all that stuff. And then once they are in bed, I hop on that computer again and try to catch up with some grading. So it's work, but I enjoy it. I like that little break. I also have 2 cats and a couple of fish, and that doesn't really go hand in hand. And I don't know why I try to keep the cats from killing the fish, because it'd be nice if they died. Then I don't have to clean out that tank, but that's mean. Let's see. My favorite type of psychology. That was a very interesting question, but this student asked this, like psychology. I think I'm a behavioralist, or behaviorist more than anything, from conditioning to basic needs and understanding. It's been a while since I've taken psychology, but when I teach developmental English courses, I often talk about um, how our experiences in childhood, and I say childhood, I mean all the way up until 18, 20, shape our views towards education, towards authority, and all sorts of stuff. So I think it's very interesting. Um, this is a good question, and I appreciate the thought. Maybe you're trying to kind of say, maybe you're doing too much and you shouldn't assign so many assignments. Maybe that's what it was trying to be. How do I get everything graded? It is hard. It takes a lot of work. I think online courses take more work than face-to-face classes, because I can just get in front of the class and I can just BS for a good 30 minutes about things and ask questions and let you do the work. But here I have to present things, prepare things. I want to make it interesting and engaging, especially for those of you that have nothing else to do than just sit and wait for me to post stuff. That's probably not any of you, but that's all right. We have 60 students roughly in this course, which is equivalent to 4 individual classes. That's more than I ever teach online. So I'm planning to spend Monday, Wednesday, and Friday in the office, just like here. You can see I got a electric kettle back there. I brought my lunch. I have a beautiful lunch bag. And I'm just working, trying to create content. I think Mondays, I'll be posting responses to things that were submitted on Saturdays. Wednesdays, I'll probably be trying to create the next week's content. And then Fridays, I'm just going to hang out and shoot stupid videos and watch YouTube, I guess. I don't know what I'm going to do on Fridays. But I'm going to try to get things graded within about a week to a week and a half, maybe another 2 weeks of submission. But it'll be a priority to get those bigger papers done. But I do want to respond to a variety of, I'm sorry, my hand's doing weird things. Want to respond to a variety of your discussion boards. I'll do that individually, but also in group videos like this. Hobbies. I don't have as many as I like, and then I, of course, make a stupid list of them. At least I don't do them as much as I would like. I say that. I've always played music. I've been in a steel drum band. I played that for 20 some years since college, but I play in Arcanum. I need to get back into it because I'm going to drop out of it in the fall. We only perform in the summer. I've been teaching myself guitar. I have some old guitar. I like old instruments. So I have one from 1962 and one that was built in 1899. Just sent out to the shop to get fixed up. So I like that sort of thing. I'm not good at guitar, so I'm not going to be singing for you because I just have an awful voice. But I enjoy it. Again, if you enjoy it, do it. I like to read a lot. I wish I wrote more. I just don't do it. I coach youth sports, mainly my boys. And I do enjoy that because then it's less intense for me to just sit and watch and you say, oh, is my kid gonna get hurt, right? I have to watch everybody. I live in an old house, needs repaired, so I have a lot of tools and lots of little projects and things like that. There's always something to do. I like to make things. I learned to brew my own beer. I grow vegetables and flowers every year rather than going out and buying them. Made soap. I wish I could make more soap. My daughter liked to make soap, so we did some of that. Sports. Do I like sports? I don't really watch it a whole lot just because I don't usually watch much TV in the evenings. As I said, I'm working, catching up, so I don't watch many games. I do watch a little college football. I go to a lot of basketball games right now because my kids play, my daughter cheers, and then my niece also participates in high school. She's cheering, so we go and watch her and watch the high school teams play. So it's a lot of stuff. I don't play any myself. I do kind of regret not keeping up with some sort of athletics, like either track or whatever in high school, but that's all right. I did try taking up running in my 30s, but now I'm older. I'm in my young 40s, and knees and shin splints and those things I need to get checked out, but I never go to the doctor. And then I think this is the last question. Yeah, last question is about music. I love music. So what kind of music do I like? I talk about, playing in a steel band. I like world music, and I've gotten into a lot of kind of singer-songwriter stuff. I like bluegrass, Celtic music, old country, folk type things, and a lot of fun things. So I posted some links. I said I really like the NPR Tiny Desk concerts because they're just really good. They're like what MTV Unplugged used to be. So I posted some links to some things, and they're all kind of similar. Because that's what's just showing up in the playlist. But there's some really cool things. This last one, Shaky Graves, is not NPR, but it's Audio Tree live performance, and he's just like amazing. So a lot of fun stuff. So you can check out those links. Otherwise, thank you for asking questions. If you have more, please ask them. And good luck this week.